Bitcoin pumping like crazy, $110,000. But is this movement the right movement, the catalyst, the explosion where we're going to go up to 150? We're going to see summer rally, alt season, and so much more? Or is this only a liquidity grab? Are we going to see one more correction? In this video, I'm going to show you what I think it could be happening right now. If you're going to see a short-term correction, which all depends on a few factors. So relax, sit tight, enjoy this video full of technical, no BS analysis. And of course, guys, this video is brought to you by our partner, Blofin. Right now, guys, we are running a crazy offer. Freedom Trading Academy and Blofin, deposit to trade and win up to $10,000 if you deposit more than 80K. So crazy offer coming up, guys. I think we only got 7 people left. So hurry up and join us because it's incredible. Bitcoin, guys, yesterday we had an incredible pump. We were one of the few people, one of the few that we basically went and bought BTC when it was $100,000. And I'm talking about whom? In our VIP group, guys, we basically went and bought the bottom, but I sold actually around $105,000 to $106,000. And yesterday, I was expecting BTC to have a sort of a correction up to 107 to 100, 7,000 to 700. I'm still in a short position right now with BTC, so we had to see now how is it going to behave. And yesterday, that was the plan from yesterday. And by the way, guys, if you really want a very good, no BS analysis, Bitcoin analysis, Ethereum, Solana, all the possible altcoins you can imagine, every single day, education, spot trading, anything you can think of, and you want to be part of one of the best communities of crypto trading in the world, what you can do, you can come and join our VIP group. There is a link in bio with like a trader as well as our amazing trading results, guys. We've been having so many good results, so very proud of my group. But right now, that's what you had to pay lots of attention. BTC basically went and pumped out of nowhere. Basically, it was no catalyst. I just went from 100,000 to 110,000. And this is the situation right now. Previously, we had defined a beautiful channel. We had a beautiful ascending channel. We broke the channel. We went down. And now we're basically trying to climb back in. Now, the catalyst, which I think is going to be very important to determine whether we're going to continue to go higher and potentially retrace up to this upper bound of this channel sitting around 118 to $120,000 is going to be, as we discussed yesterday, the CPI report. Why the CPI, initial jobless claims, PPI, this week is going to be super important? Well, it's very simple, because if the CPI is going to come way lower than expectation, guys, there is no other reason to think that Bitcoin can pump, because of course the Fed as is going to be likely that they're going to cut interest rates, and therefore the market should be really responding with lots of strength. But right now, what you have to pay attention is the fact that we are at the point of a very important resistance from here. So the question you ask yourself is this the pump right now? Are we going to go now to, let's say, 120, or are we going to see one more drop to the downside? I'm going to show you what I could be expecting right now, short term, in anticipation of CPI, and of course, so much more. So, what I could be thinking right now is that right now, here, as I show you already, there is a very important level of diagonal resistance. You can see we are retesting this channel here. You can see that we have on the 4-hour chart, we're basically testing this area. We are forming a potential bearish divergence on the RSI. And what could we be expecting right now is going to be BTC to go and have a little bit of a retracement. So the retracement level is probably going to be, according to what I can see from here, I'm going to go and get all of my EMA and everything, is probably going to be around probably 107 to down to 106. So it will be, in my opinion, and looking at the charts and everything, quite likely that BTC is probably going to go, a huge pump up to here, is going to have a retracement down to here tomorrow in anticipation of the CPI. Remember, investors might take some money off the table because we don't know what could be happening tomorrow with CPI. Is it going to come lower? Is it going to come higher? Because if it comes higher than expectation, guys, this is probably going to be, I'm going to show you in a second, but it's probably going to be a fail rally. But at the same time, what probably I'm looking right now is going to be potential retracement down to here, maybe 106 to 107. And then depending on the CPI, we're going to see a big parabolic move to come to the upside, potentially a new all-time high, or if CPI comes higher than expectation, then we could be going down. And the question is, how low could we going down if we're going to see that? Well, let me show you in 1 second. So if I'm going to go on the daily chart, I mean, the daily chart, guys, looks amazing. Like we have a MACD bullish crossover. We had so much strength right now that, we just continue to go higher. And looking at the chart from here, one might expect probably to go and probably retest down to here and then have strength to continue to go higher. But at the same time, is this the movement that everybody was waiting for? Is this like the proper, I would say, push to a new all-time high where we're going to go higher? Or is this just a correction from here? Because if this actually is only like a retest of this channel, then what we could be expecting is going to be this sort of movement. It's going to be A, B, and then C pattern. I know that lots of you right now, thinking, oh yeah, now we're gonna go to new all-time high. Bitcoin is gonna go and explode. You don't understand anything because of BlackRock, because White Rock, because all that bullshit, right? But at the same time, I'm just trying to think as a trader. As I always told you, I'm 50% invested, 50% in cash. That's what I'm doing. That's my position because if we're going to go and pump, let's say to 150K, I'm going to be a very happy boat. If we're going to go have a correction, guys, I'm going to go and buy more. So right now, that's going to be my hypothetical scenario. This could be an ABC, so be careful with this scenario. As I said so many times, we haven't had a meaningful correction with BTC for a long time. But at the same time, this could also be, as I said before, a wave number one, a 2, then we're going to have 3, which is usually the most powerful, and then a 4, and then a 5. Okay? So I guess we have to see what is going to be happening with CPI. If CPI is going to come, the Fed cuts rates and all of that, then I could be thinking more of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as like our, let's say, ultimate leg. But at the same time, if we're going to see, I would say even like a CPI which comes in line with the expectation or even slightly higher, then it's going to be more of a scenario, in my opinion, of something like this. Basically, make everybody in despair, everybody super scared, and then it's going to send it from there, potentially forming what we call a bull flag, and then reach our target of $135,000. So I don't know if you're excited. I am super excited to what is about to come. Next one, guys, I want to show you very important Ethereum as well. Ethereum, let me just find it here. Okay, ETH, guys, looks incredible. Looks very, very good. Doesn't want to give up. And the question is, what are we going to now see with ETH? Very similar to Bitcoin, okay? Very similar to BTC. We are from here, you can see we're basically now consolidating into this rectangle. If Ethereum is going to be able to break this rectangle, let's say to break around $2,800, then what we can actually calculate to see our next potential target is going to be, in general, the golden pocket to the 0.786 of Fibonacci. And what I mean by that is that we are going to see a pump like that. So and we can bring it here. Sorry, I made a mistake. I'm going to show you again a little bit. Pump up to here, pump up to here. It should bring us roughly to $3,500. And guess what? There's going to be a very important pattern with ETH, because if we're going to go and be able to retrace up to that area, it's going to be a very important level of resistance. So 3,500, 3,700 is definitely going to be on the cards. And of course, if you're going to break that level, probably new all-time high, explosive movement with Ethereum. But as I always said, remember that Wednesday, we're going to have the CPI, and is it going to now be a fake out from here? are we going to see a correction to do then this movement, or is it going to continue to go higher? That's the $1,000,000 question. That's why I always say to people, be careful with going all in. If you want to go all in, be my guest. I'm not providing financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so do whatever you want. I'm just showing you like all the potential hypothetical scenarios. And as I always said, remember with ETH, we are here. Okay, we're still below this level. If we can break that level, if we can break around 2,800, 900, then you can expect an explosive movement to the upside. And this movement, like this explosion, should also bring so many altcoins with it. So that's why we had to see what's going to be happening right now. Next one, I want to show you guys Solana. Solana, very disappointing right now, even with BTC, with everything, Solana. But again, remember, always altcoins tend to lag compared to BTC. So right now, potential weekly bullish engulfing candle from here. What is going to be happening now is Solana. As I always say, very similar to Ethereum. If you're going to be able to sustain this level, if you're going to see a better CPI than anticipated, then I could be seeing Solana to go and really break a way higher levels. So right now we're in a channel like that. So what is it going to be happening? Are we going to go here? Oh, sorry. Are we going to go here? Are we going to go and retest, let's say 178 and do like another movement to the downside, and then finally we're going to start to go and pump? Or are we going to go directly higher from here? Again, that's the $1,000,000 question. But with the VIP guys, we have all these levels defined already. When to potential rejection, potential support, guys, you can't just go random here, especially in this market, which is quite difficult. You have to be very careful. But when it comes to Solana, again, if you're going to be able to go close above here, continue higher, again, you can see, you can measure the golden pocket area, you can measure the previous breakdown of structure, which was around this level here. And Solana theoretically should be able to go and continue higher if the CPI comes good, around 200 and probably 35 to 246. That's going to be very good. Is it going to go to a new all-time high? Well, in my opinion, looking at what's happening right now with Solana, with Bitcoin and everything, guys, to me, I'm of the opinion that Solana could definitely go and break a new all-time high. My target is not as, I would say, crazy as so many people think. I can see lots of people calling for, I don't know, like 1,000, 2,000, 6,000. I don't know, something like that. My target is a little bit more conservative, and that's probably when I'm going to get out, when I'm like, guys, see you later. I'm done with crypto. I'm going to just go and live my best life, enjoy my money. But right now, that's what I could be expecting. I could be expecting like a sort of like a cup and handle pattern continuation. Probably, I reckon the Solana could be finishing the cycle around probably $420 to $500 per coin. And let me know in the comments below, do you think that Solana could be going up to 400, 500, or are you expecting higher targets? That's what I could be expecting right now. Guys, total free. I was basically telling my members like 1 week ago, we're going to go down to roughly 820. We went to 110. So, 820 billions. We went to 810. And of course, we had then an explosion to the upside. Now we're sitting again above all of these EMA, which is very promising. Again, this chart looks very good. And I'm going to show you what to look for right now to, I would say, change your bullish or bearish trend. You can see very well right now. The total free market cap is now into a channel. You can see this beautiful defined channel. So we're basically doing this. We're doing up, down, up, down. So right now, we need strength to go and break this channel. So the reason why, and I'm going to show you why altcoins are actually not pumping relative to Bitcoin, is the fact that right now, total free is still going down there. But if it's going to have an explosion of total free, we're going to go and break this important level of diagonal resistance, then the expectation is going to be quite likely we're going to go and potentially go high here to roughly $1.05 trillion. Remember that this, and I told you so many times, this looks like a massive inverted head and shoulder. You can see this one, you can see this one, and then you can see this. Okay, and of course it's going to play out. We could actually go back to the previous all-time high. So very exciting times. If you're going to go here, of course, altcoins are going to go and perform very, very well in relation to Bitcoin. Now, next one I want to show you guys, very important for altcoin season. This is the typical pattern about Bitcoin dominance right now. What is the expectation right now? You can see that we had a drop of the Bitcoin dominance coming on the Wednesday, so roughly like a month ago, and we try to climb back up again. So are we going to see now a continuation up to 67%, 68%, and then a drop from here, or is this like an ABC, A, B, C, and we're going to continue lower? For me, in my opinion, we still have to reach a little bit higher. I want to see BTC to really go and finish its cycle. And what I mean by that, I want to really see euphoria in Bitcoin. I want to see it reaching maybe 135, 145. I don't believe we're going to go probably higher than 150, and I could be completely wrong. But at the same time, if we're going to go to 150, then I could see Bitcoin dominance to really go crazy. And then finally, we're going to see the drop for our long-awaited altcoin season. Altcoins doing very well, with a target down to here and next one down to here, and then I could be seeing really altcoins to go totally crazy. Maybe not all the altcoins, but the majority of altcoins. Next one I would like to discuss today, guys, as well, is the DXY, which I haven't discussed for a while. You can see that right now. DXY is something that is making me a little bit, I'm not gonna say bearish, but you know, making me think, is the DXY right now sitting at resistance. As you know, in general, when DXY tend to go to the upside, in general, is related to risk assets to go down. And right now, DXY is probably forming on the weekly chart a potential double bottom. So what we could be seeing from here, especially, remember, especially if the CPI is going to come higher than expectation, we could be seeing DXY to go and probably retrace up to here, which of course is going to be counterproductive for risk assets. Again, we had to see what is going to be very important to ascertain what was going to be happening with CPI. Next one, very, very important as well, that we are always taking into consideration, guys, the US 10-year Treasury yield. I think, in my opinion, this is the most important chart out there, because if this one breaks to the upside, not good for crypto and stocks, not good at all. But if it starts to go down this way, the Fed has no other choice than cut interest rates. And if they had no other choice than cut interest rates, then of course risk assets are going to really benefit greatly from rate cuts. And you probably saw what happened already in December, when, or October, when it was the Fed started to cut rates. Altcoins just went crazy. So think about like multiple rate cuts that could be also very, very positive. And the last thing I want to show you today, guys, very important as well, is the S&P 500. As I said before, S&P did not have a single retracement. So we just went and pump and pump and pump, and right now we are basically like 2% away from all-time high. So in this situation, to be honest, and sorry, I'm not going to be honest, because I'm basically exposing myself every single day making these videos. I kept saying to people that I could have expected more of a rejection down to here to then continue to go to the upside, and that's what I still feel is about to happen. I was expecting, to be honest, more of a retracement coming before, but we didn't get that long-awaited correction. But I'm still believing that we should be seeing something like that, and then to continue higher. Again, I was really thinking it would have happened before, but still S&P 500 is pumping like crazy, and of course it's dragging all the crypto, altcoins, and stocks along with them. But again, things are getting overheated. We can also have a look and observe, for example, the RSI. What's happening right now is still like, what is quite actually remarkable is the fact that we are still, the RSI is still down to here, and we have so much room to go higher. And that's probably going to be when we are going to see the market top. Something else which is also important to consider is always observe what happens, for example, with a volume footprint to see who's actually buying, who's selling. And in general, if you see a pump in price with a negative delta, in general, that's not a great sign. But if you see positive delta with a positive price, that's usually very good. And you can see from here, yeah, well, I mean, we had negative delta, minus 74 millions, then you have positive 500 millions, 1.35 billions. I mean, these people are buying like crazy. They're just buying, 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 buying. You don't see any sort of like something like that. Let me just show you to give you an idea. You don't see like red, for example, minus 136 billion. When you see something like that, then you could be expecting a drop to come. But guys, in this case, it's just going higher, like higher, 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 and that's usually quite good. But again, uh, looking at the circumstances right now, I could be expecting more of a correction, especially if the CPI is going to come higher than expectation. But if it comes lower, of course, I mean, nothing can stop this trend, to be honest. And I haven't felt, I would say, like medium term, long term, uh, so on the fence compared to like I think since like 2021 when we had the explosion with in December. I still remember with Bitcoin altcoins, that Bitcoin went up like 100% like in a month. So things are looking pretty good. Really hope we're not going to have any black swans or anything out of the ordinary. But that's it for today, guys. I really hope this video is helpful to understand what is the situation. So short term, I'm a little bit on the fence, but medium term, as I said before, we probably got 4 months left for this cycle. Very very bullish for these upcoming next 4 months. But anyway, you have a fantastic day, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow for another video. And also, guys, don't forget, join our VIP. Come to trade with us. Best place to be right now. Take care and see you soon.